What's up, Novice coders? I'm Coding Novice, and today we're going to continue the first 5 programs that ChatGPT recommended us build, and we're going to build them in ChatGPT. So if you want to follow along, you can follow the download video I have earlier. And with that said, the fourth one should be a program that reads a list of words from a file. And I knew this would be a little bit trickier because you need a file outside of the main Py file we've been working in so far. At the end of my last video, we had gave it the old college try of copying, pasting the prompt right into ChatGPT, but that didn't work. And even when we continued to copy and paste the error prompt in, it didn't give us a working solution. And this is because it needs to create that file that it ultimately will read. In order to fix this, I'm going to manually adjust the input for the file that we want to create with the same intentions it originally had in mind. We'll just say, if the file doesn't exist yet, you need to create it. It's crazy. This is the first thing I've typed on this channel, and it's since the initial prompt, basically, I've just been copying and pasting. Now we're just adding a slight little change in simple plain English. I'm not having to know any special syntax or documentation. I'm just asking. It's going to give us this explanation. At this point, I'm barely even reading it, although I should be if I want to learn anything. So we need to check if the file exists. Nice. It knows to do that first. So it checks with an open in write mode. Opening in write, I think, will solve the problem we had before. If it opens in write, it'll create the file if it doesn't exist yet. Read, it doesn't. We might be able to just change this to a W and run it. No, now it needs to read. Maybe we can do both. No, that doesn't work. Good thing we have ChatGPT to solve the problem for us. I guess I haven't learned so much yet. Import OS. That sounds serious. Well, let's put it in and see how it works. This is pretty different from the other code we had. Oh, we don't know if it works or not because there's nothing in the file. Well, I guess we should specify some words to go in the file. So let's say write 10 random words into the file and repeat 3 of them twice. Okay. Let's see what it says. So it's giving us this list of words, and it's going to randomly choose words from this list. We asked for 10 words and 3 of them twice, so it knows we only need 7. It could have given us extra, but it's a minimalistic app that doesn't need anything more than what's required to run. So let's copy this, and we'll just put it at the top so that the code is written into the file. Granted, if we just had run this from the beginning, the file wouldn't exist yet, but I think now it still doesn't work. Okay, let's try this. I want to put words in a file, then count their occurrences. Why isn't this code working? And then I'll press space and paste. Let's see if we get anything useful. I think this was too big of an input for it to. This is problematic. Let's try the whole thing again from scratch. I'm going to copy the prompt but adjust it so that it creates a file if it doesn't exist, with a little more specificity about what should be in the file. It's still only a couple lines, maybe like 10 words or so, and this should be enough to get it going, perhaps. Well, this is really poorly worded, but let's see if it figures it out. In a perfect world, the program would compensate for my own stupidity and figure out a way to make it work. And you can also just try the brute force method of attempting things over and over until you get something that finally works. I don't mind trying over and over. In a lot of ways, the longer you try, the more rewarding it is when you finally get it. Well, it didn't work. So, I didn't try it yet, but let's just see. So we have the Word text file, even though it's read, we have it from before. We created all these files over here. We're going to have to start from scratch. Perhaps we should try writing our own prompt from scratch. So we want a program that reads a list of words from a file, creates the file with a list of words, some repeating if it doesn't exist. Okay, I'm going to copy this into a new chat, paste it in, and then rewrite it in my own words that I feel make more sense. So let's see. First, we want to create a file that contains a list of 10 words of, let's say, 12 words and repeats 2 twice and 1 3 times. There we go. Now, read the file and count how many times each word occurs. Print each word and the number of occurrences. Okay, so this is instructional, and this is the text that they initially gave us. Mine is a little bit longer, so you could say less efficient perhaps, but theirs didn't work, so let's see if I can beat them on that front. We're still trying to create the same file. I just reworded it in a way that I think might give us a better chance of getting the results we're looking for. This is a weird one. So I have no idea what's going on here. These are new lines. It didn't really understand what we want. Repeats 2 twice, repeats 1 3 times. Let's try just to edit this, 12 different English words. Repeats 2 of the words twice and 1 of the words 3 times. So I'm just going to try to be more specific, and maybe with specificity we'll get the results we're looking for. Now it wants us to create the text editor on Windows. Well, we can make this work because we have the words.txt file over here. We can open it, paste it in here, and now we have the list of words, and I think some of them repeat. They're apples twice. So this code should do the measurements for us and give us the output exactly the way we're looking for it. Let's see if it works. Yep, it did. So we've got the words.txt file, and it's analyzing these words. We can even change the words. So now if I put apple again and run it, apple should say 4 instead of 3. Yeah, so the program works. It just took a couple steps, and by rewording the prompt that they had initially given us, we were able to get the solution that they were looking for. In the next video, we're going to make a program that converts temperature between Fahrenheit and Celsius. I have a feeling this one's going to be much easier. We got the program to create the text file and to read it, but it didn't put any text in the file. So we're going to do another video coming up soon on how to create files with Python code that actually have something in them.